Okay, give me 1 minute.
We are live now. I'm gonna share our session. Okay, one more. So go ahead, guys, start when you are ready. Are you still looking for the questions you share?
No. Okay.
You're the examiner. You ask questions to us fund.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Shishir Chandrupaik and I am your examiner. Now I am going to ask you some questions from jokes and comedies. Are you good at telling jokes?
Yes, I'm good at telling jokes. I have a good sense of humor. As I was young, I remember I used to tell my cousins a lot of jokes, especially those cousins who were younger than me, because I can tell jokes to anyone I like. Even back in the day, I thought to become a stand-up comedian, but I didn't become so. I'm thinking that if I ever get the opportunity, like as I am going to travel abroad, so if I ever get the opportunity to become a stand-up comedian, I will become one.
Do your friends like to tell jokes?
Well, this is interesting because my friends do not really like to tell jokes. They are kind of serious all the time. I wish I had some friends who are more funny and they can tell me some good jokes.
Okay. Do you like to watch comedies? Comedies?
Yes, I do watch a couple of shows that are concerned with comedy, like the Kapil Sharma show from the India. That is a great show in which the host of the show, Kapil, he always gives witty remarks to the people, and he has a great sense of humor. He's able to make others laugh without hurting them. So this is the best quality I like about him. Other than that, there are also good shows from Pakistan. Recently, I have seen a show, to be honest, uh, which is hosted by Tabish Akmi. That is also a good show.
Okay. Have you ever watched a live show?
Have you ever?
Have you watched a live show?
Have you watched
Or
a live?
sorry, have you ever enjoyed a live show?
No, I didn't get the opportunity to watch a live show, but I'm thinking to join a show or to attend a show uh, later after some days, because these days there are quite a number of shows which have started in Karachi where I live. So I think I should go to a place or I should apply for the passes so that I can attend the show maybe next month or so.
Okay, thank you very much. We have completed uh, our first part one questions. Now I have sent you a cue card topic in the group.
I guess only part one was needed.
Okay, okay.
Shall we do part two questions or not?
As you wish. If you think that, then I can send you
Yes.
the cue card. in the Monday group, new Monday group.
Let me
I'll
see.
send it. I'll send it to him because he's not in our Monday group. He's in another group.
Okay, okay.
Okay, if you sent it already, let me see.
Okay.
I'll try to find it.
Mhm.
Describe a course. Okay.
Madam, can you give feedback based on this?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, in the end, I can maybe, but I have to take note also. Okay, so you have it. Do you see that? That's fun.
Yes. Describe a country that impressed you a lot.
Mm-hmm. A course,
Yes.
like of course, course in your university or
Course that impressed you
in
a
your
lot.
college. Oh, someone disappeared. Okay, we can continue while waiting for him. See here. So
Okay,
I'll
ma'am.
give you questions. So which one do you like? Part 1 or part 3 or part
As you
2?
wish, ma'am. As you wish.
Okay, I'll give you part 1 then. But I have to browse my phone and okay, just give me a minute. I think I lost. Yeah, I lost the thing. Okay. Anyways. Then a message me. Are you back to work now, Sisha? I think
No,
so.
not yet.
Not yet.
But as I was preparing myself.
Okay.
After finishing the session with you, then I will go.
Oh. Okay. So how about if I give you cue card first, and then we go to part 3 and then back to part 1. Is that
Okay,
okay?
ma'am.
Okay. So let me screenshot it and then I'll send it to you. So your question is, describe a person who likes to grow plants. I'm not sure if I gave you this before. I hope not. So I'll give you 1 minute to prepare.
Okay. Have you shared the screen?
Yeah, I sent it to our group, New Monday. Do you see it?
Let me see. Yes, ma'am. I've got it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so you have time to prepare. Okay, time is up. You can start your speaking now, Zishia.
Okay. In my work of life, from the very beginning stage of my, especially my professional life, I have met with many people, and there were most of the people are very much fantastic person. Even they were also interested in some special sectors. In last year, when I was talking with some of my colleagues, one person that I have identified that he was really a good person, and he loves loves to grow plant, especially the orchid plants, and which are really very much interesting for him as well as for me. So when I came to know him about that, yes, he's interested about growing plants, especially orchid plants, and I also love it. Actually, I came to know him from my mutual conversation when I was making a conversation with him, and it was a very much a good situation for me that I came to know. And especially he also maintains a good article in newspaper, daily newspaper, and he also writes in newspaper on the orchid plants, as well as their plantation, as well as they're taking care of. Especially he is very much fascinated about the growing and the selling orchid plants all over the country, as well as internationally also. I think he likes the planting because of many reasons, because he is a person of good personality. And when I came to know about him, that I asked him that why you like to plant, especially the orchid plants. He answered some in a pleasant way that it was really astonishing for me. I came to know that he loves it because of his passing time in a quality way, as well as he also get a huge mental satisfaction from it.
Okay,
And
time is up. All right, so there were so many good words that you used this year. Fascinated, you said he's very much fascinated, and then you said passing time. But okay, I have some comments when you say he maintains article. So what did you mean by that?
sorry, ma'am.
You mentioned about he maintains article in a
Oh,
newspaper.
sorry. Actually, it was a mistake, but I did not do my self-correction. I was intended to say that he writes article in newspaper
Oh,
regularly.
good, because I thought like, okay, what did he mean by he maintains
Okay.
article? But you used the correct subject verb agreement though, so that's still impressive, because sometimes we forget that he singular and we use verb which is singular, and we think that
Hmm.
singular is without s, right? Because plural
Yes.
form are usually having s. in the end. So, but this one you say he maintains, although the word itself is not correct. It's not, it's not the right word that you should
Yes.
use in
Yes.
this
But when I realized that I have done a mistake, but I did not go for self correction. Rather, I have continued.
That's fine, because yeah, we make mistakes. And still the same comment I give to you that I've been saying this many times.
I was speedy.
Yeah, very fast. And we talked
Yes.
about this, Asfan, we talked about this also, like having a flat tone
Yes.
instead
Yes.
of
Yes.
instead
I'm.
of giving modulation or practice modulation, which is the varying of your tones. And
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I know, I understand why we get a habit of doing that, because when we feel nervous or anxious, then you guys, when you feel nervous, you tend to talk fast. But I myself is different. When I'm nervous, I'm hesitant to say words. So that means like I'm talking very slow. So you see, like everybody is different. All right, so it's fun. Now you are
Yes,
back.
yes,
Okay, so
I'm back.
share. Can you continue giving him questions? I think you have
Yes. Yes.
already
Yes.
the,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so can you set up your time? I'll just be here like a fly on the wall. I'll just listen to your conversation.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, Shishir already gave me a cue card topic.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Aspant, you will get 1 minute for your preparation time.
Okay, so
Okay.
I've
Your
already
one
seen the
minute.
topic.
Okay. Okay. Have you taken the preparation or notes?
No, I'm good to go without.
Okay. Your 1 minute preparation time starts now.
He's good to go, he said. So that means he can start
Oh, okay.
speaking.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you can
Okay.
set your 2 minutes.
Okay. Aspant, you can start now.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about my recent master's in chemical engineering. So I took a chemical engineering course for that. I have done a number of courses in my life, but the most recent one I'm going to talk about. In chemical engineering course, I came upon many different topics. Like I came upon climate change topic, global warming topic, environmental engineering topic, solid waste management topics, and a number of other topics like the CO2 absorption properties and number of other things. I started this course in Jamshoro, Pakistan. It is a public university where I took this course. During the course, I learned a number of things. Like I learned how CO2 absorption works. I learned many other things like how the density, viscosity, refractive index of all the things work, like physical properties work. And apart from that, I also went into the chemical properties, like how the corrosion works, how the rusting occurs, and many different new kind of things I learned in my course. One of the most fascinating things which I encountered in my course was that I found the junior students who were doing their bachelor's there, they were quite interested in the physical and the practical side of the chemical engineering thing. Like they were all concerned about the results of the density measurements, viscosity measurements, and other things like that. So I felt that the new generation has a lot more to
Okay.
learn
Aspant, your
from this
time is
course.
over.
Okay. Good job. You see, as
Was I
far
able
as
to?
you were really good with your, we can say, like modulation, although you didn't really give emphasis, but it's not like flat. You talked about someone told you that when you speak, it's flat. The reason why,
Yes, this time I was trying to use some intonation.
yeah, good job, because your pace is slow, not too slow, but it's just the right pace when you stop or you pause because of comma. Like, for example, you said, like in this course, we talked about global warming, climate change. So each time you mention those words, you pause a little bit, which is really, really awesome. That's how you do it. Also, you talked about, what did you call it? Connectors or fillers, like fillers. So you use like, I learned many things like this, such and such. So that's really good, because it's how the English, native English speakers talk. It's not like,
Yes,
oh, I learned this global warming, climate change, and many other things. And in this course, it's very extensive and very interesting. They don't say like that. Like in a normal conversation, you pause when there's comma. It's just like it's a natural thing to do, and you did that, which is really good. So that's really good. I don't know what correction there might be, but I was so carried away listening to how you spoke, and it was really, you met the standard of using your modulation. That's
okay. So,
something.
thank you so much. So, what is your guess? Well, what's I'm going to score in IELTS speaking?
I'm sorry.
How much I'm going to score in IELTS speaking? Like, can
It's
you
really hard to
guess?
tell. Asfand, I don't wanna, get anyone's hopes up, because Uh, sometimes even when I'm in a course, the IELTS Advantage, all of them, they say this is my score, but when I when I take my test, it's way different. So you
Like,
see,
it was lower than your expectation?
higher, higher.
Higher?
And I even took a test before I registered in this course in IELTS Advantage, with IELTS Advantage, and I had already a higher score than what they give me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I know what do
it's
you mean.
it's hard to give, because um, first of all, also, if I give you a score, I have to review everything. I have to write down, okay, what's your pronunciation? What's your vocabulary? The level of your coherence? All these, criteria you have to consider.
Okay.
So I think you
Mhm.
just have to stick to what you got before with the. I'm not sure if you took the test already or you have someone evaluated you, but then don't really like take, if they are not even examiners, like real IELTS examiners. Sometimes they don't agree each other. I'm not saying
Yes,
like they have to talk about you, but
yeah,
I mean, they have different ways of giving you marks.
yeah. Sometimes the examiners give you 7, or sometimes they give you 8.
There you
uh,
go.
Like, on the same candidate, the scores
Mm-hmm.
are different because of the different natures of the examiner.
Mm-hmm. It might be because of the mood of the examiner.
Mm,
I know they have a standard, but still, they're
yeah,
marking that
they are
when they
prone to
mark
error.
you, it can be affected with so many things, right?
Yes, you are
Okay.
right.
So you guys can continue. We just have, I think I'll just give you 10 more minutes.
So,
And
I just wanted to ask, like, can you take a guess? Like, am I close to 7, or am I close to 8?
I would say between. So it depends on your circumstances. It depends on your examiner, that you would get 8 or you would get a 7. or in between.
Okay, and I also wanted to ask another question. Is it beneficial to use high vocabulary words in speaking?
If you feel like you are a natural when you speak it, it would come out naturally, then go for it. But if you feel like you have to force yourself, just use
Mhm.
the words that you are used to.
So if I can speak naturally 10 words in the test, are they enough to get me 9 in lexical resource?
I wouldn't say that it would be I don't know, the deciding factor would be, I think, it's always the correct grammar, the
Mm.
structure that you have. Let's say, for example, verb subject verb agreement, and talking about the past and talking about the future, how that that when it's past, that you use past tense, and when
No,
it's
no.
future.
My question was meant for the lexical resource in speaking. Like
Yes.
for the lexical resource part, like is it necessary to show about 10 words to get a higher score in lexical resource?
No, it's not necessary. I mean, like I said, only if you feel if it would come out naturally.
I've also heard that in grammar part, like if we use some conditional sentences and some causative structure, we are going to get a higher score. Is it the case?
All, only when it would come out naturally. Also,
Mm.
when you have to also watch when your examiner asks you a hypothetical question. So
Yes,
that's
in
where
the
your
part three.
conditional, yeah, that's your conditional sentences would come in, right?
Yes,
So
they gave us the opportunity in part three most of the
exactly.
time.
So you have to watch that instead of answering it in another structure. You have to watch if your examiner would say, if you have to choose which country you want to be, for example, then you can say you,
Then we can
because
use
if I had, yeah, if I had a choice, it would be, let's say, Canada, or it would be Philippines, that I wanna where I wanna be. So you have to watch that instead of saying just like, oh, I think I like to go to I want to live in the Philippines. Instead of just saying that, answer it in a way uh, how they ask you, because they watch that. They want to know that you know to use your conditional sentences.
yeah.
Okay, so let's continue, guys. Um, Okay, Asfan, you are ready with your questions too. You can ask part 3 questions to Sishia, and then Sishia would ask you part 3 questions, and then we wrap it up. Okay?
Mm.
So you can give, each of you can give 4 questions to each other.
I have to ask part one questions or part three questions.
Part 3. I don't know,
Mm.
Sishia, which one do you prefer?
As you wish, Aswant, as you wish. No problem.
Yeah, I will ask you part one question.
Okay.
Do you work or do you study?
Though I was a student some years ago from now, but now I'm currently working as a lecturer at a college, and I also enjoy my lecturing lectures in my college at my college, as well as I also do some other official works, which are the um, uh, basic activities of my present day.
Do you like traveling?
Well, I like traveling because of many things. Especially, it gives me mental pleasure as well as is also helps me to gather information as well as to exchange my thoughts and views with the people where I visit. And really, it's a very much enjoyable moment for me.
Do you like buying new clothes?
Sorry, sir.
Do you like buying new clothes?
Well, most of the time, I try to avoid the dirty clothes, but whenever I need, I stay in need that yes, I should buy some new clothes, I go to market and purchase them. But I am very much cautious about buying new clothes, especially if the clothes are not so much necessary, then I try to avoid them. But when I feel that it's necessary, I buy them.
Uh, do you like arts?
Well, from my perspective, I can say that yes, I like art because I think through art, message or a social message or a hidden theme can be exchanged with the audience as well as other people. Especially, art can be the best form of exchanging the hidden message to other people. And it can also be a matter of great enjoyment as well as to pass our time in a quality way.
Do you like movies?
As far as I'm concerned about myself, yes, I like a movie because most of the time I remain busy, but at the weekend I get some time to enjoy movie. And as I enjoy movie or like movie, or I don't miss the opportunity which is available at the weekend.
Okay, that is the end of part one.
Okay,
Okay, thank
so you, you have part one or part three questions this year for Asfand?
you. Part three, ma'am.
Okay, whatever Asfand prefers.
Part three
Aslant,
question will be fine.
okay, okay. What are the most popular tourist attractions in your country?
Well, there are a number of tourist attractions in my country. To start off, like, there is a temple of Mohenjo-daro where the ruins are present that are almost 2,500 years old. Also, I've never been there, but I've heard the stories about the great history and the ancient buildings they have there.
Okay. How do the types of tourist attractions that younger people like to visit compare with those that older people like to visit?
Well, in comparison, if I talk younger people with the older people, younger people like to visit museums that are present in the urban area, while the older people like to go to the ancient buildings or to ancient ruins like the Mohenjo-daro or the places or temples of Harappa where the old structures are there. While for the younger ones, they are always going for the things that are attractive and they like colorful museums where they can see the art that is contemporary.
Okay. Do you agree that some tourist attractions should be free to visit?
Yes, I believe it that tourist attraction should be free all the time because it will allow the opportunity to the younger ones to see their history, and when they will see their history they will learn from it. They will learn how their ancestors lived there, what kind of activities and what kind of habits they followed at that time. So when they will follow their history, they will come to know about the secrets of living a healthy and successful life.
Okay. Why is tourism important to a country?
Tourists are important for two reasons. First one is that as tourists come to one country, they bring in revenue for the host country. So as they will be coming in our country, they are going to come with some money. So they are going to spend it on our resources. So this way we are going to earn from them. And secondly, when some tourists come to the host country, they share their cultural values with the host country, like they share their experiences with the host country that we do these things in this atmosphere in our country, but in your country you are more hospitable and the people are more gracious and they are always helping each other. So this way experiences, culture, and a number of things are carried with the tour.
Okay. What are the benefits to individuals of visiting another country as tourists?
Sorry.
What are the benefits to individuals of visiting another country as tourists?
Well, tourists can find a number of things in another country, like they can enrich themselves with the language, uh, they can enrich other things, like they can learn the culture, traditions, the art, the music, and many kind of things. Like if I'm a tourist and if I will travel a place, I will learn a number of things from them. I will learn their language from them as they will be speaking their language, so I will be able to copy it from them. Then I will understand their tradition, like how their tradition works and what is their culture, like what they believe in themselves and what their culture allows them to do. Then I will learn some other things like that. So there's a great opportunity for the one who is traveling to other countries.
Okay. How necessary is it for tourists to learn the language of the country they are visiting?
Well, it's not really necessary to learn the language of the host country, but it's necessary to know a little bit. Like you should know the basic words so that you can easily move there. Like if you need to buy something from a shop, you can easily ask a shopkeeper who doesn't know English. So you can ask him like, I need these kind of things. So will you be able to give me with this amount of money? So it's really essential to know a basic English or a basic language of the host country. Apart from that, if you are not aware of the basic language, you can always use applications like Google Translate to help your way out.
Okay. Thank you, Aswant. We have completed our part three questions. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
guys, thank you so much. So we're gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you again next time.
Madam, any
Okay.
comment?
Next time, as fun, it's midnight here, so I need to rest.
Okay.
I
Okay.
gave
Okay.
you
Thank you.
already
Thank.
comments before,
Okay,
so
ma'am. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay.